inflation, high interest rates, bad time to sell. All these things we keep hearing on the news and reading in various articles. But what is true? What is actually happening in the real estate market? I'm Drake Abshire with Hargrove Real Estate Group, and I'm here for your market update. We're going to talk about national statistics and things that we're seeing happening in the housing market right now. So here's some of the data. So since the start of the pandemic, we've actually seen home prices increase by 34%. But how about this year? Well, the past 12 months is where we've seen the largest jump, which was that 19.9% in housing prices. That is a large increase compared to the year before. What about the median home price? Well, as of February in 2020, the median home price nationwide was at $329,000. So what are we seeing for this year? But now, nationwide in 2022, we are seeing a median home price of $428,000. That's quite the big increase, again, for another year. So with interest rates rising, with inflation being talked about a lot, home prices being high, people are wondering, okay, well, is it a bad time to buy now? Should I be shying away from it? Is it a bad investment because of what the market is currently doing? Are we on the verge of a recession? Well, no one can really say for sure because we weren't even able to predict what happened with the COVID rush, where the prices increased dramatically. What we are seeing is when we're looking at the data is we still are a low inventory market. We do not have enough houses out there for the demand that is still happening. Now, yes, we are seeing less buyers that are out there. So according to statistics, about 53% of Americans agreed that it was a great time to buy this time last year. What is the number this year? 30% now only think it's a great time to buy. So we are seeing people starting to curb their interest in buying a home currently because of everything that they're seeing happening in the market. So what does that mean for you? So the interest rates have been on a steady incline, but strangely enough, we've also seen a dip in the rates. What has been the history in the data? Well, at the start of the year, we were at 3.29%. Then the rates had slowly been on a steady incline where we peaked at an average of 5.4%. So at the start of the year, the interest rate started at 3.29%. And then we had been on a steady incline till we got all the way up to 5.4% where it peaked. And now with everyone with the recession fears, with the Fed raising the interest rates, the housing rates, the mortgage industry though, which is not always directly affected by it, actually made us dip in the interest rates. So we actually came back down to a national average of 4.8% of what we're seeing right now currently. So with all this talk, all these numbers, all these different things happening, fear of recession, inflation, well, is it stopping buyers? Do they really not want to buy anymore? Is the seller's market completely gone? Well, not as much as we really hoped. We actually thought that we would see prices coming down a lot faster than they are and houses basically sitting for a lot more than they are, but it actually hasn't been the case. We are still a low inventory market, so we are still seeing buyers out there. There is still opportunities for multiple offers on some properties, especially in the lower first-time home buyer price ranges. So again, we aren't seeing the huge decrease in prices that we were hoping for, but we are at least seeing a steadying in the pricing, and it's not increasing quite as quickly as it was before. So a question you may be wondering, like everyone else, is it a good time to buy? Is it a good time to sell? Well, on a recent podcast, Dave Ramsey, someone everybody knows for financial advice, said that now is the perfect time to still buy. No one can predict it, but his advice is that in the next 5 years, you are still going to continue to see housing prices increase. And to be fair, I have to agree with him and say the same thing. Even if we were to see a small dip in prices, everything always comes back up. We are going to see prices continue to increase, especially in a low inventory. The fact that these big companies are buying lots of homes. We have investors who are taking opportunities to buy properties that is leaving less for the normal consumer. So in that case, less properties, more demand, Prices are going to continue to rise. Maybe not as rapidly as we've seen in the past few years, but they will rise. So I know this is a lot of data. This is very confusing. But again, this is all just to give you a little bit of insight, a little bit of clarity. Nobody knows exactly what's going to happen, but from what we can see and looking at the data, we can understand what's going on around us and at least be informed as a buyer. Interest rates are down below the 5% mark again. I say it's a great time to buy, and I think your opportunity is there. Strike while the iron is hot. If you're a seller, now's still a great time to put your house on the market. You still have an opportunity to get a great price for it. The demand is still there. So as always, this is Drake Abshire with Hargroder Real Estate Group. I am in the Lafayette, Louisiana area, and thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions about real estate, or if you want more advice and tips or market updates, please remember to like and follow. And if you have any questions you would love for me to answer, leave it in the comments below. I will see you guys next time. Thanks.